Boy, are we all getting tighter or what? Dude, are we all just getting bigger?
I doubt.
I'm not really off the edge of the table. I can move down a little bit.
Oh yeah, is that maybe a little?
I don't know. I like Chris. Nice and tight.
Yeah, I was. I think I was more centered this time.
Nice.
There's a lot of meat on this small little table.
Hey.
Do we need a little bigger table?
This is a large table, man.
How we doing, Chris? Am I coming in okay?
You sound fantastic.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, yours is getting up there.
Last week sounded great, and I've caught in it twice, 2 weeks in a row, where I only had to do a little bit of work. So, knock on wood. Hopefully that keeps that going.
Nice.
Maybe we get lucky
Pat's
here.
cough may have been the highest registered thing he's going to do all night.
Oh, dude, that Pat wasn't actually bad last week. And Joe, just a side note, go check out 183, or is it 82? I could probably look that up. I think I'm now starting to lose the count. I don't remember if it's 82 or 83 for us, but. Joe wasn't here last week, so don't check that one out because it's not that great without Joe. But your mic is like 1,000 times better than.
Really?
This is limp ass.
Joe has the old mic.
Yeah, he's got a good one. I don't know if it like the top is better. This thing doesn't sit in here very well.
Chris has the other gold.
Yeah, he has the old one too, and I was like, oh, I'm a little jealous.
Hell yeah.
Doing the work, boys. How we doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you again.
Next
Thank
week,
you again
next
for
week to the
joining.
week, I'll swap these around so me and Peter have the good ones.
No, don't do that.
Hey, no fair.
We need to give maybe Pat a better one so he can actually come through because man does not.
I think anyone was Usher mics where like it's like hopefully right in front of your face.
Just like right in front.
Yeah. Only if you do some cool ass backflips.
I want to
and
see
get shirtless
you on rollerblades right now.
I don't think there's a chance I could do any of those moves.
Come on. Okay, so it's 183. Wow, we are getting there, boys. We gotta. I've said it in a couple podcasts. We got to work on what's going to be 200. Not sure yet. Maybe it's another travel podcast somewhere.
Just a Pat Lynch whole hour of him just talking. They can finally hear him for once.
16 weeks.
Maybe I'll do
an
18
weeks.
What if I do an hour of conspiracy
17.
theories?
Could do an hour. Last week I thought it started off strong. The count started off very strong. People were interested in our conspiracy theories, but then they realized that we actually didn't believe in a conspiracy theory. And
these guys are a bunch of phonies.
Oh yeah, you gotta lie to them. You really gotta lie to them.
The boys talk conspiracy theories and they talk about it for 10 seconds.
You're only getting the truth from us, people.
Oh, literally, like I'll name we'll title it, and it'll be like one thing we talk about for like 5 seconds. But it's a hot button topic. So if you find it in there,
it's like an Easter egg.
Yeah,
find it.
Oh, baby, you know what's awesome? I don't know if you guys got a bunch of like podcasts that you love to watch, like YouTube things, but there's the eating guys I love, and they used to do, so they've been in the game for like 5-10 years. So you could go back and watch like 4 years ago, and there's like, you can watch before the pandemic, pre or during, after, so you can kind of get a vibe of different things. And like 4 years ago, the big thing in YouTube's was Easter eggs. So everybody had an Easter egg in there. You had to have an Easter egg in there so people would like watch the clip, and then if they caught the Easter egg, you'd give them like a $25 gift card or something.
Oh, okay.
But that was like a big thing. Now it's kind of like $50 if you subscribe. We'll do a lottery pool, blah, 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 because people need... And they need you to watch all the way through.
Just something to keep their attention. You
need to comment if you want to help your podcast out. We're not saying doing this one.
Yeah, just help us out by commenting.
If you want to help a podcast out, it's comments, and then likes, and then watch it all the way through. Like even if you just let it run in the background, that's huge.
Peter has the S&P podcast running 24/7 on loops.
Got to maintain that customer retention.
Yeah, YouTube is dude. I don't know about you guys, but. On certain things, like on certain
YouTube's a bitch, man. They keep putting ads in like 5 minutes into a video.
Don't say, hey, don't say that to the landlord here, buddy.
YouTube can come at me, bro.
What are you doing?
Penalize.
Trying to make a little bit of money.
Come on, YouTube.
One day.
Right
YouTube, penalize the podcast. I dare you. Come at us, bro.
Okay, so
I've had enough of you and Pandora. You guys operate freaking advertisements after one song or like 5 minutes of your video.
That's
Come
what I was going
me,
to.
Both of you. I dare you.
I'm not sure if I can actually hear him or hear him in my earphones.
I know.
Get
into the mic.
It's that surround
sound. I was in the mic, damn it. I'm just loud.
He doesn't sound that loud.
No, he isn't. We're talking into the mic real quick.
I am.
Now you sound loud.
There you go.
I was in the mic.
Evidently the mic
really loud.
doesn't pick you up screaming.
I'm pretty sure both microphones are going to get me on that one.
But I agree with Chris. There are some playlists of mine that it's one song and you're getting a clip. Or I'm watching a video that might be 40 minutes long. Every 10 minutes, YouTube is going to something. Like immediately to a clip.
Just buy the premium, bro. Just pay for the premium.
That's what they want you to do. You know what's great?
Cheap fuck.
What was beautiful if you had a good enough the security web thing where it didn't.
Oh, an ad block.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
they learned very quickly on that one.
No, not. It took them a while. But now they won't let you watch YouTube videos. And then they used to let you watch and you would just refresh and then it would go away.
Yep.
And then it would now it's like you can't get around this.
Constant battle for
supremacy.
For ad playing ability. But yeah.
But I did hear on, I think it's either Google, I forget who's doing it, but one company is effing, or maybe it's Apple actually, because I think Apple's trying to get good with the SEC because they've they're running afoul of a monopoly.
Pushing some buttons.
And they're coming back and saying, hey, we're not allowing you to gather data on people. Like how you used to, like if you had an app, the app would be going 24/7 just grabbing data from you, and then they would sell that data. And Apple is like, we ain't doing that anymore. Like you can only take stuff when the app is working. You can't, you're not going to be able to take all this stuff from them. I think Google might be doing that too.
Fucking Google.
Interesting.
That'd be nice.
No, and the thing is, they don't want.
I mean, they're probably the companies that got in trouble for it in the first place.
Exactly.
Now they have to clean up their act.
Why Google is so big is they were able to use. I mean, they're able to use that data to sell it to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have you been just Google? It's insane. The amount of now that I get for weddings, divorce lawyers, real estate, baby stuff, some baby stuff. I'm like, what are we doing here? Just because of some of the things.
That's definitely Lauren searches.
It's just like related to searches that you've made. You guys are looking at wedding stuff. So it's let's feed all the typical stuff that kind of goes with that.
And it's all based. It's like I'm not Googling that stuff. It's just based on email.
Yeah.
One email screws you up for life. Like it just all you're seeing is I registered for Betterment and I'm not kidding you, for a month I had every financial advisor group being like, come with Fisher and Fisher. We're better than this. We're better than AI. We're blah blah blah. And it's like, come on, dude, this is asinine. But again, that's where they get all their shit from.
Yeah.
All right, I guess enough of the whining and the bitching about YouTube. We'll get into it. But so I was saying, if you look at all the old videos from now, these guys, what they were, trying to get people to do compared to what they're doing now, it used to be the longer the videos were better. Like all the eaters would do 30 to 40 minute videos. Now, nothing over 11 minutes. If you have a video that's over 11 minutes, like everybody bitches and moans.
Trouble.
Me and Chris got into a fight about it.
No, we didn't get into a fight about it. You just
we were about to fist fight.
You want to go? That's what I thought. Pierre just likes the longer videos, and I like the shorter videos. That should be your tagline for this video, Peter.
What's
that? The boys finally put Pat Lynch through the table. People can watch and wait for Pat to get put through the table.
Maybe we could do. Would 200 be football season again?
It's possible. Very, very, very possible.
What, 4 months?
Oh, we could do a live.
17 weeks. Is that enough to put him Buffalo Bills themed?
Through him table.
I did not approve this.
Sometimes you're just gonna have to listen.
Yeah, these are just rough ideas.
Throwing ideas out there,
I have
Pat.
to cut this table so it goes breaks
Through
really
a
easy
table,
like WWE here.
through a wall, through a window. We don't know yet,
Yeah.
but through something. We're definitely gonna put you through. Maybe it's even.
Is anybody
mental.
gonna watch WrestleMania? That's going on probably right now.
I've
seen
seen
I've
maybe.
been seeing a lot,
It used to be such a
The
bigger
Rock's back,
thing.
baby.
and he's a heel again.
Oh, is he?
Love The Rock.
Who's he going up against? Oh,
Cody Rhodes.
But the reason he's a heel is because he interjected himself into the matches.
That's cool. I like Rock because Rock the heel is the best.
Has he been good, Chris? Do you know? Have you watched any of
I
his?
haven't watched any of it. Like he gets away. Like I've read articles like people are kind of upset because he gets a little bit away with more than other people because he is a big star and everything.
And he's on the board of
So
directors.
what would you mean by what is he getting away
So
with?
he get
like one example.
He can
It's
swear.
one-
He
he's
can
a
swear.
swear.
Nighttime.
like this. Like
He
they're
swears?
they're like a bit. They really push for like PG TV.
Oh, come on.
And like they've done that. They've been like PG for like years, and so like him on TV swearing, like they have to go like to Fox and to like USA and be like, hey, he's gonna be on. He's gonna do a promo. Here's what the promo says. Get ready to beep some of the words out.
Wow.
And then
is it really that bad?
yeah, well, and so
Good
and
Lord.
then the other thing is they've really gone away from like people like cutting and bleeding on TV. And
Oh,
so, like, I
Really?
think, like, a couple weeks.
I mean, you would blow a wind and Ric Flair would be bleeding.
So, like, a couple weeks ago, he attacked the Cody Rhodes guy and like cut him open, and like he gets more leeway on that kind of stuff. Where like other guys who work full time, been there for a couple years, don't get that same kind of leeway to like push their programs and stuff, like make their programs more like intense and stuff like that.
It's good to see that WDB works at every other company in corporate America where the board of directors can do whatever they want to do.
Oh yeah. That's craziness.
But outside of that, he's drawn in ratings. I think.
People love to see his promos.
He did a concert like he did back in 2002 or something where he sang and Steve Austin broke into the arena. He did a little concert again where he sang about people. No, that was when he fought Steve Austin at WrestleMania. He did a concert and they barred Austin from the arena. And then Austin somehow made it into the arena. And
remember when he drove down the beer truck?
Coors Light machine.
Yeah.
At the not the Joe Louis Arena, it was somewhere else. He did the Zamboni at the Joe Louis Arena.
The best part about that was how Vince McMahon sold that water that hit him like it was like a force of a train coming at him. He was falling around, splashing around, he couldn't get
he was trying to swim.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
Okay, so this is a dumb question, but was it actually beer or was it water? You think probably water, right?
I don't know, it looked kind of like beerish.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know I couldn't.
It feels like a waste of Coors Light, to be honest, though.
Oh, dude, think about being a little kid, just getting splashed.
It's probably Keystone Light.
It's probably Keystone Light.
Jeez.
Maybe Miller Light.
But okay, and then I know WrestleMania used to be a bigger thing.
It's big now. It's bigger now. It's 2 nights now.
I know, but have you seen? Maybe it's not my algorithm.
I've seen previews all over the place.
Yeah?
For it, yeah.
What are the matches? What's the big matches?
The Rock is
fighting.
I've seen
zero.
The Rock is team with some guy.
Yeah, so the Rock
against this Cody Rhodes guy.
Yeah, so the Rock and his cousin are fighting in a tag team match. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
In the first night, and then the second night, I
think it's that guy against
his cousin who he's teaming up with against Cody Rhodes.
That's all I know. Something with the first night can affect the second night, right?
Your guess is good as mine. I'm in the same boat. Pat knows more than I do.
I read a couple articles, boys. I'm prepared for this podcast.
Hey, nothing going on for the week, huh?
It was a slow week in NFC free NFL free agency.
The NBA trade machine was not working so well, so I didn't see what's going on there.
I'm just putting this out there, boys. If the Bulls host the play-in game, we're getting standing room tickets. No matter what, and we're going to get there early, and we're going to get our spot.
Let's give you an update on the Atlanta Hawks here.
What is this game?
So Chicago Bulls are in the play-in, so it's playoffs, but it's the play-in to get into the playoffs.
It's the short bus division of the playoffs.
Is this the wild card in football?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like if you tie it at the end of the regular season and baseball, and you have a 1-day playoff. It's kind of like that.
Okay. So they're going to play a team. One game, and the winner of that gets to go and play one of the highest seeds in the NBA playoffs.
Just go lose to the Celtics.
But Miami went from the play-in versus the Bulls, and they were down 20 at the half, won that game, and went all the way to the NBA Finals.
Wow. Okay.
But so the Bulls could potentially host that game at the United Center, and if they do, the boys are getting tickets to that.
Gotcha.
Because that might be the closest we're going to see the Bulls in the playoffs in a very long time.
Gotcha.
Because they suck.
Would they have their star player that was been out the entire season?
No, he's done for. He won't be back until next year. And Lavelle Ball won't be back until he won't be back. Lonzo Ball, I'm sorry.
Ball.
He won't be back until next year too.
Ever.
Oh, okay. So it's not even
the team could be
to the playoffs. A couple players could come
even
out.
Kobe White's hurt right now, and my pick for their probably second best player right now is Kobe White, and he just injured his ankle again last night, so it's not looking good. But it'll be fun to be in a playoff atmosphere.
You just got to get to the game early, kick Javonte Green in the back of the head, and he'll go off for a career night.
There you go. And anybody at this table, probably besides you and me, Chris, understand what that means.
I know Javonte Green is, but I don't know about the reference.
He's a bull. He got kicked in the head last night.
He got kicked in the head by a Knick player last night, and then he went off and scored. He scored 25 points and had 13 rebounds, a career highs.
Did you ever hear the story about Jordan when he talked to Luke Longley? Luke Longley he's like, Luke, we need you to really dominate this game, man. You got to get in there and take us to the paint. In the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter, Longley had 12 points and 10 rebounds.
8 rebounds. Yeah,
and he's killing it. And Jordan goes to him. He's like, yeah, baby, just keep doing that. We're gonna dominate this game. And Jordan's like, at the end of the game, he had 10 points. Or he had 12 points and 10 rebounds. And I'm like, what the fuck? Look, I'm never congratulating you in a game again.
He's like, I'm never giving you a compliment ever again.
Shit. Oh, the NCAA tournament.
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
The Boilermakers have made Joe. Sadly, you are buying the beer case this year. even with an AI generated or no, how did Max do his?
I don't know how Max did his, but Max just literally he had his national champion lose the first weekend, and he still somehow outpaced
Oh
Joe.
no, Joe! If I was you, I would claim that Frank Pearl technically has the lowest bracket.
He accidentally didn't submit his.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Joe, I've been meaning to ask, how did you pick your teams? You just randomly go, or did you have a style of pickage, or it was
I had a bracket filler
okay?
choice, one of the options.
Did Sarah do it for you?
No.
Which one did you go with? What would did you?
It might have been like the smart schools or something like that.
That would explain a lot.
Very smart.
Yep. Clearly, it's doing wonders for me.
So it's. I think
Smart
the win,
schools suck.
If
Oh, Yale got a little bit running for you at least.
let's think here. If UConn loses, it's probably gonna if UConn makes it to the NBA or the championship game, it'll be the Boilermakers versus UConn, and the winner of that will decide who actually wins the.
What's the UConn score right now, Christopher?
It is 44-40 UConn at halftime.
Thank you, Chris.
And sorry, go again. What was the score? I'm sorry.
44-40 at half.
I apologize. Now it's 46-40 with like pretty much the whole entire second half.
Okay. So this game. It's probably going to end up UConn versus Purdue, and the winner of that's going to determine who's going to win the.
I was really surprised Purdue didn't choke this year like they always do.
And it looks like it'll probably be between. If that happens, it'll be between Gavin and Patrick, huh, Chris?
Yep, it's
Sexy
between
Pepsi.
Sexy Pepsi.
Sexy
and
Pepsi's
Gavin.
been on fire lately. By the way, he had a great year in Pick'ems, and
He had it all or nothing.
He's
He was a rookie Bobby at Pick'ems. He was a first and last, baby.
all right.
Yeah, he was literally first or last.
Yeah.
Like, even with the people who didn't pick, he was still behind them.
He was
That's
either
funny.
first or last, baby.
Even if they didn't pick.
He's
Like Joe missed like a week, and Max probably missed like 7, and Pepsi still
I think
finished
Max
worse
gave
than
up
them.
like in the week 10. He's like, hug it.
That's funny.
He's in I think he's in Philly right now, visiting family.
That sucks.
Oh, Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, Philly does. Yeah, it's kinda,
Wonderful town.
Joe
He's
loves
probably at
I have-
WrestleMania. He's
I have-
probably fighting with
Is
The
it in
Rock
Philly
tonight.
this year?
It is.
See,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I knew. That I knew.
That I did not know.
Okay, I got a couple topics, but I want to get to Mr. Keneally, and
Yes.
I want to know how wine festival, and then I need to know about the piggyback story with your mother-in-law. How did that work out?
Yeah.
And where's my bottle of wine?
Bottle of wine is in the mail.
All right,
I
nice.
did purchase a bottle.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so at some of the wineries, we did like a bottle or two, and then we would all go in. So there's a couple of cases going to Sarah's parents in the next week or so. Maybe next week it arrives.
Okay,
And so then, yeah, I should have a bottle of wine from Wine Country.
nice. Okay, so how many people went?
So it was 8 people total.
Oh, wow, that's a big group.
Sarah's parents, their 3 kids, and their 3 kids' significant others. So each person had a partner, and
Oh, I
then
see. Okay,
each
yeah.
parent was there.
That'd be 8 people, right? Is that
Yep.
by
That's
math?
what he
8
said.
people.
A party of 8.
I missed the beginning.
Listen up.
My apologies, Joe.
Most of us came in the first day, and then a couple came in like that following Monday. And then
Okay,
from
so
there it was like
you got there Saturday, right?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Friday into Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys stay? Airbnb, hotel?
Yeah, we did an Airbnb that was about 15 minutes from everything, kind of
nice.
like in relation to what we were doing. Stayed in a place called Santa Rosa. Beautiful house. Roads are very steep going to that place. Like nothing you'd get if they built roads as steep as they did, nobody's driving up this between like September and February. It is.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was so steep.
Is it rocky or is it? Is it
No,
paved
it
or?
was paved, but it's honestly like a 45-degree angle. Like if this car's brakes decide to blow or the powertrain goes out, you're flying down this mountain.
Oh, brother.
But it's only a short bit. But otherwise, yeah. So we, beautiful view from from the house, and then multiple wineries throughout the trip. Went to a winery, got a tasting. Some people bought wines, and then just did that over and over again.
How many
like a lot of
wineries
day
did you go to?
drinking.
You think?
Probably 1 or 2 a day.
Oh God. Oh,
Yeah.
you drink for 7 days in a row, pretty much.
Almost, yeah,
Woo,
basically.
Daddy.
Yeah.
You got white
How
girl
you feeling,
Wednesday.
baby?
Yes. Exhausted. I am so tired.
Or like,
So tired.
because you're getting up early, going to bed late, or or is it just so much alcohol you don't sleep well?
A bit of A, bit of B. We would get up maybe around 8. Sarah's sister was the DD because she was.
Oh, yeah,
she's having a baby. So her thing was, I want you to go to Orange Theory Fitness with me, like 1 or 2 days during this trip, and that'll be your payment as, for me driving you everywhere the whole trip. So like, just go to Orange Theory with me a class or 2. So we did 2 classes and we did a hike in the Redwoods, and so there was some good physical activity as well as plenty of day drinking.
Nice.
But like by 10 o'clock, the day was over. Went to bed. Woke up, did it again.
Oh, baby.
So it was interesting because it was drinking for copious amounts and lots of places, but then you were done early, so you got your 8 hours.
Oh yeah, that's
and then
key.
you were up to
Now,
do something.
Do you? How was your tolerance to wine? I could tell you mine. I can't stand Lauren. If she wants to mess with me, she'll shove like a glass of wine under my nose. It's like drinking vinegar to me. I don't get it at all. I've never found a glass of wine that I've liked.
Okay.
I've liked the sweet stuff when we did like the wine tasting. I'll
Yeah.
drink some of the sweeter stuff. The red stuff, you might as well throw all that out.
So some places, the standard they would give you is like a 2-ounce pour. So if you did a tasting, it was anywhere from like 3 to 5 wines. And each pour was 2 ounces, unless they liked you and you bought bottles. Then all of a sudden the pours got heavier. And so...
So Joe's
And,
also
all of a sudden it went from 2 to like this 16-ounce glass, and I'm like, what the hell just
Next thing
happened?
you know, Joker was
Yep.
pouring like my mom. Just
And then the next thing you know, Joe's on a table dancing shirtless, and all hell's breaking loose.
I'll tell you this right now. I got so white girl wasted the first day that apparently that first night around dinner time, words started to become hard for
all
me to
been there.
pronounce in front of her entire family. And then I recovered like an hour later.
Oh, of
towards
course.
the end of the night. I think it was maybe I switched to whiskey at that point. So I don't know. It was definitely, but I was like, all right, gotta watch myself. This wine's a slippery son of a bitch.
It's a fickle bee.
Yeah, but we did, because it's Sonoma, apparently the thing out there is a lot of white wines. So Chardonnays, some champagne, or I guess it's not champagne, but
Right,
the bubbly
Riesling,
stuff
yeah.
that's like that.
Riesling.
So we
The
did
sparkling wine?
a lot of whites, and then towards the end of the trip started getting more into the reds. And that's why I really liked it, because I like reds more. But again, not to your thing.
The
Not
look
really a
on
wine
Peter's
guy.
face right there says,
Not really a wine guy.
I'm going to kill you if you ever say that. If you ever say you like reds again.
we're
That
no
hit me
longer,
in
we're
the
no
face.
longer friends. You're dead to me.
That just hit me in the heart, boys.
I love red. I love
Also,
red.
I want to say to Coors Light again, I hate you. I have to be a responsible individual today. And God, you know what was a bad idea, Pat?
Ride the bus 3 times in a
Ride
row?
the bus.
3 times in a row?
Just why did we play the game? Because now Peter McGraw's I got Fisher going on in my head. I want to get going, and I'm not gonna do anything. But this is not good, and it's tasting too good. I mean, we're already almost knocking this out. Side note though, last week was a blast. We went to
Carol's Pub.
Carol's Pub.
We went to Gayu Kaku.
Yeah,
you
whatever
kinda-
that.
that
We
was
just
for
cooked up
Katrina's
all the
birthday.
meats, and it was me, Pepsi, and Chris on one side, and then the rest of the group on the other side. And
Lauren kind of tweenered. She was
Yeah.
a little on both.
the boys ate real well. I'll tell you what,
Gotcha.
real well. And then
Carol's Pub.
Carol's Pub, and
Looks like the girls got a table.
yes, we got a little bit of
Eventually, yeah. It was very crowded. It was very crowded there at Carol's.
Okay.
everybody likes South City Revival. I am a little bit. They hit their songs well, but it's the same. I literally could call it their playlist pretty much at this point.
Yeah.
So we're gonna I was kind of like okay, but
They gotta step
Step
it
up
up.
the
This
game.
is second or third time now you've gone to see
I'm backed
them,
off.
and you're
Yeah.
not
impressed.
Not impressed.
They're good guys, but we gotta change the playlist. I mean, it can't be the same songs
Okay.
every single time. I mean, we've seen them like 6 times.
Yeah.
Every single time is the same.
In
They
their
just
defense,
play-
probably not many people see them 6 times in a row.
Fair.
Just to play devil's advocate on this one.
That's
but
true.
if you go to Carol's enough, you'll see them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do like going to Carol's. It's kind of a mix between like a neighborhood bar
And a place to see music.
yeah.
And a gay bar. I'll wrap to one.
True, that too.
I cannot wait for the next weekend then, though, so we can all get white girl wasted soon.
Yeah.
Oh, so I dream.
Joe, what day is your birthday again? I always.
Next Friday, buddy.
Next Friday, yep.
Yep. But so that was a good time, and got home. I think we got home at like 2 because we everybody. So it was Gracia, Brian, Mike.
But Brian and Gracia, they had not come back out. We probably went out there and it's late.
No, we would definitely not. But they came there a little later because they had a party.
They went to dinner and then they went out, Joe. And
Yes,
they came back.
and they came back, and it was the best comment of that night was from Pat, and it was from.
Oh, the next day you told me. Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, it was from Gracia to Katrina. She's like, "Oh, we're at this party, and Brian's all like tired, and he looks like he's ready to go to bed." And he gets here, and this dude's like, he's dancing, jumping, slamming drinks. What's going on here?
Who is this man?
That makes me think he wasn't tired at all. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't trying to get out of here at all, Didn't like that party at all. I guess my friends aren't that fun. But no, great time. And we, the band ends, and we just literally talk for an hour, not even notice it. Brian, me, Mike, Chris, we all just shooting the shit for an hour before you even know. You're like, oh shit, the bar's closing.
Oh,
and you're trying to leave at like 12:30.
Yep.
So it was, but I felt better last Sunday than I did. Than I have felt in a couple weeks.
Last couple weeks. Interesting.
That you know what that is just eating. Like I've realized I cannot not eat and drink.
Oh, so you had a good meal before
We talked about this on the last podcast. There's no getting drunk and not eating before. Like I'm not ever drinking on an empty stomach. Like a hard nights out because it just doesn't work anymore. Like you're gonna be so
fries your system.
You're just gonna be so hungover the next day. It's asinine. But yeah, Chris McGraw over there looking tired. You got Joe yawning.
Yep.
Like, come on, baby, come in here. Give me that story you got going on.
Oh, the story that I saw this week was,
I got a good one too. So hit it.
Was in California where they on Monday because it started the first of the month. All the employees, fast food workers there, got a pay raise of $20 an hour. The minimum wage went up, except for people like that are in like sit down restaurants where they get like service and everything like.
Or tips
yeah.
I had seen something like that on TV.
But like they took pictures of like the menus of like the prices the day before and the day after, and like Burger King, their prices went like it
was like $18 for a Whopper meal, right?
Yeah, it was like crazy. I'm like, oh my god,
it's insane to me that, and it's tough. It's like, what do we do here? Like, California has to realize that. I don't know.
I saw an interesting article today that said that California is so broke. It's not even like they all the ways they're broke is funny. Like they have COVID fraud still that they're trying to bail out of. They have all these other like things that they're putting money towards. They're dipping into their rainy day fund to cover all this stuff. So there is no rainy day fund really anymore.
Well, they're also screwing themselves because I think this is gonna bore people, but like I think they're one of the states where they took the COVID money and they haven't paid it back.
Yeah.
Like they've done it like 2 years in a row, so they keep having to pay more money back to the federal government because
that's what I'm like.
Okay, so let's just dive into this. I just saw on Yahoo that New York is doing a California play. This is it's so complicated, and God knows how people figured this out. But New York and California are so effing broke, and they're so progressive, and they want to do all these things for people, which is nice. But if you can't afford it, you can't do it. I'm sorry. But there's a way to tax healthcare, and which then forces people to pay more on Medicare. And so then the state has to fund more Medicare. They ask the federal government. Federal government will pay anything for Medicaid. And there's a way to like fund more and still get the tax revenue. So like so it's a wash.
Sort of like double.
So but you got so like they're doing is trying to fill their budget hole on a weird loophole in the Medicaid, and it's going to be like $500 million.
That's kind of interesting.
And for
I heard this.
And California is already people have done it, but they haven't gotten like insanely aggressive and stupid. California got insanely stupid and aggressive, and New York copied the play.
Oh, and so somebody's gonna get sued soon.
Oh, or they're gonna have to plug up this because you can't.
Or they're gonna close the loophole.
You have to.
I feel like every Republican state is gonna close that loophole.
Like, go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say something I saw out there. So the area I stayed was Santa Rosa, And then we had my uncle's memorial service today, so we had to. Originally, we were supposed to come back today, so we had to kind of change our flight up when we had that announced, and so we ended up flying out of. We had to go to San Francisco to go home.
Yep.
And it's like a 2-hour difference. But when we got to San Francisco, I ordered some food there while we were waiting for our flight. And I ordered something from one place, and Sarah ordered something from another place. But I paid for both. And on both receipts, they had these employee benefit charges. And at first, you're looking at the receipt, and you're like, oh, there's my chicken sandwich. There's my French fries.
There's my $45 chicken
and then
sandwich.
all of a sudden, well, yeah, that too. But also then there's like this employee benefit charge. And at first I thought, oh, maybe did they give me a discount for being polite or something? It's like, no, that's an additional charge right there. And it was at both restaurants. So it's like they're already starting to put that cost on the customer anyways. Like on top of whatever food charges there are.
Why are we getting charged for
like
that?
Another charge that is being paid that's proportional to some sort of tax rate. But yeah,
these guys, it's everybody just passing the buck on to somebody else.
Well,
I mean, a lot of restaurants you see like a 3% charge, and they'll put it on there unless you ask them to take it off.
this was this was like a $15 or $20 meal, and the thing was like $1.50, $2. I thought it was like a tip at first, and I was kind of confused, and then I realized what it was. But it's different out there, man.
Did you ask anybody what it was supposed to go to?
I did not.
That's something I'd like. I actually might look that up because that's insane. That's why when people move to California or people live in California, like we do, tax returns for people. I don't get it. Listen, I know it's a beautiful state and it's amazing weather, yada yada yada. There's zero chance I'm ever moving to California.
You can tell out there they do like a compost, a recycling, this, and then you go to certain stores. There's no plastic in the store whatsoever. No plastic bags, no fucking Sprite bottles that are in like a 2-liter plastic. It's all like they all just then serve them in cans or some bullshit. Just make shit so
more difficult,
annoyingly difficult. Yeah,
and I kind of get a little bit of that, but at the same time, it's like, come on, guys, we gotta. But then we just need to figure out we have to innovate better.
Yeah,
get rid of plastic. That's fine, but this is just asinine. And New York is insanely like California. Insane on the budget, like it's ridiculous.
Are they really bad with this?
They're so because everybody's leaving New York. Why would you?
Bring the legendary Rudy back, baby. Let him run those streets. Balance that budget.
Why would you ever want to live there? Like people, the Wall Street, everybody's leaving because I think it's 11% tax wise.
Yeah.
What are you getting for? That's insane. When you go to Florida, you get better weather. And you've got more freedom. Why wouldn't you go?
Is there a mass exodus out of New York like there is out of California?
Oh, insane.
Yeah.
California and New York have, like, not to say Chicago is not in the, and thank God people in Chicago are saying no to these taxes and they're pushing back. And they're nowhere near. We're the third biggest city, and we're nowhere near California or New York in the stupidity.
I'll give you another thing that I read that just popped up because this is how all the counties in the southern state of Illinois are voting to succeed from the state of Illinois and become their own state because Chicago pretty much forces Illinois into being a democratic state and everything.
They try
like
to do
that.
it every so often.
It's gotten like crazy stupid, like where like 3 counties have pushed it to make it a thing on the general election in November. They're pushing for it. One county tried to succeed and go to Missouri, and everybody laughed at them, and the Attorney General of Illinois laughed at him and said, "There's no way you can succeed and go to another state because you're a part of Illinois." And what was the other one? I can't remember the other one, but yeah, like they're just like it happens every so often, but like they literally like, oh, the guy was saying it's going to be almost impossible for like the southern counties of the state to succeed from Illinois, create their own state, and get accepted to a union. It's just not like it's not feasibly possible. Is what they're saying.
So this isn't like anything north of the city of Chicago in terms
of
suburbs.
So it's like everything
all like the southern part.
Yeah.
Okay,
around Springfield,
which is a different. Let's be honest, it's a different
It's like
very
it's
different way
basically
of
like
life
it's
out
basically
there.
if you leave Chicago, it's like every place else around Chicago.
It's
It's
like
like Indiana or like
true
rural Wisconsin. It's like all
bumpkin
the same stuff.
country kind of style. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Iowa, all the states except for like where we live.
Yeah.
And they're upset because all the stuff, like some of the stuff that they want to go through, doesn't go through because
They're taking our guns.
because the city pretty much pushes its own agenda onto the whole entire state.
Yeah.
But
Stop taking our guns.
ipso facto, I'm pretty sure they would be pretty upset with how the revenue changes when the city of Chicago isn't dumping all this revenue back into the state that gets ponied out to them because of
Yeah.
the city making
Yeah.
most of the money.
Yeah,
What's the
then
money
our-
and our guns?
Yeah.
Their budget would be a lot smaller for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. We got to be less, divisive. Like, we got to work together. I honestly think, like,
Come
Illinois.
together and give.
I mean, that's just a full. I mean, that's like a small group. Probably it's a full.
I know.
minority.
You're right, but it's a loud majority. But you're right. It's very true. And, there's got to be. This is where I think the third party would definitely come in handy. Would come in handy where you have some, like,
This was something discussed on the trip. When
Oh,
we were
yeah?
hiking people. Yeah, because one of the people actually works in government, and so yeah, somebody brought up the idea of a third party. Somebody else brought up the idea of a ranked voting system. Just saying that there's something that needs to change.
Robert Kennedy, Nevada has never had an issue with people not having a vice president trying to get on their ballot. And Robert Kennedy just got the signatures, attempted to get on their ballot, and they said, no, you didn't have a vice president when you picked.
To run.
And currently,
you gotta
Trump
say-
does
we gotta
not
say
have a
shit,
vice president.
He's on the ballot already.
Nice.
Yeah. He doesn't currently have. It's just, I mean, the hypocrisy. They're
Well,
doing
that's
everything.
because he's running with a major party. Isn't
Yes,
that?
exactly.
Is it not going to be Pence again? No, just kidding.
No, it might be-
Just kidding.
Well, actually, they don't know who it's going to be. I don't
Yeah,
think they have
there's
any
no
idea.
chance it's gonna.
Sarah Palin.
Here's the
She's
thing.
back, baby.
They're bringing.
It'll
Trump.
probably be a woman.
I can see Russia.
Actually, I wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you noticed this, Joe, but I've heard that wine prices are way down because the taste for wine is not there anymore. They in Italy, I think it is, or France, they dumped 200 million gallons of wine.
That okay? So
Wow.
I just I just found out like a single case, or not a case, like a barrel, depending on the wine, it could be like $20,000 to $50,000, and that's just like I don't know. I forget the guy did the math, but it was something like 3 or 4 cases. I can't even.
Do you know how many
imagine.
bottles are in a
Millions. It was something like a case is 12, and I think it was like 4 cases per barrel.
So 48 bottles.
Maybe something like that, and then depending on however much that cost per bottle, but that millions of just poured out because there wasn't like a want for it
That
or a
sounds
market.
this sounds like an S&P fact. We got to check it out. We'll spot check this one.
Wait, God.
oh no, I'm
He's
asking
talking to you, Peter. About
I know.
the
I
million,
missed
yeah.
it. I was because I was trying to hand the beer to him.
Oh,
and
I'm
it's like,
saying
God,
you're saying they poured out millions because there just
200
wasn't a
million.
want.
Oh, demand's not there, and so they have this old wine, and nobody's producing wine then because you don't want to bring wine into. So instead of letting this wine sit there, they just have crushed it, and then now so there's less demand, there's less supply, meaning
Trying to
they're
drive
you
that
know,
price up, baby.
yeah, they're trying to create. Because it's a supply demand.
They're
If
trying
your
to create
supply
that.
is too huge, you just get rid of the they're like, hey, we're cutting supply.
Yeah.
So then
They're trying
there's
to-
less supply. Hopefully, there's more demand.
Nice.
California,
See Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah, that's like what I was thinking.
Yeah.
the supply or the prices in California, they're all hurting really bad because they haven't had great wine crops, and now that they have a good wine crop finally, because they've had water, there's the demand's not there anymore. Because our tastes are different, are way different. Guys are drinking White Claws or High Noons, and
Brian Hamilton.
Drinking alcohol in general
is down. Oh,
Yeah.
hugely down.
Yeah.
But why do they look older than us still?
I think they stress
They're more stressed.
Yeah, they're not more like they just come up in a more anxiety filled for whatever reason it is. It could be their parents. It could be whatever.
You know what it is, Peter?
It could be social media.
TikTok.
They don't
Goddamn
get on a Saturday night a nice Coors Light. Chills you out, baby. It chills you out.
This F's your life up so
True
much that
natural preservatives.
it takes until
You wake up on Sunday, and let me tell you what, you're not worried about anything else
No.
except why your head hurts so goddamn much.
Yep.
The only thing you're worried about is why you're up at 10 o'clock headed
Yeah.
to a basement to do taxes.
Oh yeah.
It's because Saturday night you think I can't wait to drink this, and then somewhere between Tuesday and Thursday you're like I can't wait to drink this again.
Oh, it's for me. It's I swear to God, Tuesday's like I'm not gonna drink this weekend at all. Not at all. Not a second.
Never drinking again. Never drinking again.
No, and because like Mondays are actually not too bad for me usually. Because I go to bed at 9 on Sundays, and I get a good night's sleep. Monday I feel good. It's Monday. It's the long work day. I get to bed at 10:30 again, and I'm like I question life. I'm never gonna drink again. I don't want. Why do I keep?
Lauren, I'm
drinking?
done. I'm just done. I'm just done with it.
I swear to God, by Wednesday at 7 o'clock, I'm like, all right, how many can I slide in on a Saturday? Like, what am I talking? Like, and still get up at a reasonable
Peter's
time.
doing like a beautiful mind math on the board.
Oh yeah.
Earlier this week, maybe like 2 days ago now, we were having a night in. Weren't gonna go out to a restaurant or something, and we're like, gosh, we're probably gonna need some drinks. We're out of beer. Gotta have. So we went to go get some Coors Light. And we're like, we're not gonna get a 30-pack because we're only here 2 more days or 1 more day. Let's go for that 18. That 18 should be good. Man, we cleared through that so quick. And we were like, we just want to rest from some wine. And so then we started opening whiskey.
Oh.
And then, yeah. But,
Oh.
man, there's something about a good Coors Light on a nice night.
I don't get why this tastes. Why this does what it does.
Because it's been chilled to the right
It's
temperature
magic,
in that
man.
fridge.
I had to give Chris mine, and I keep looking at Pat.
It's probably time.
Ah!
Drink me.
It's killing me.
Peter.
Let's see here. I did have some notes. Don't worry, I got you guys. Don't worry. Oh, did you guys hear about the bank heist that happened in California
I did not.
on Easter? Oh my God, you did not hear about this $30 million bank? Oh my God,
No.
Was like assuming the bank was closed, right?
it was Easter.
Well, it was Sunday, too.
That's
Yeah.
why I said.
Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me just pull up this article. I'll read you just a little bit of it. It is absolutely insane, and I want to get your first opinion on how this happened. Okay, let's see if I can get a quick, easy synopsis here. What to know about the $30 million cash heist in Los Angeles?
Whoa.
$30 million in
Wait,
cash.
pardon me. This bank was holding $30
Yeah,
million.
that was
I don't
that's
think
my
it's a
first
base.
thought. That's my
A
first
brazen
thought.
Los Angeles cash heist on Easter weekend, in which thieves cracked the safe and got away with as much as $30 million, is believed that one of the largest such heists in U.S. history. The heist has triggered rampant speculation among a public long infatuated with daring burglaries and hefty crime paydays. Here are some of the details. L.A. police and FBI were tight-lipped Friday about new developments. Let's see here. What are experts saying? An armored car and physical security called the theft a shock. Any facilities such should have 2 alarm systems and a semi-motion detector right on the safe. I guess it didn't.
Seismic.
Let's see here. How much is $30 million in cash? Have
A
not
lot.
discussed details of the cash that was stolen, but regardless of the denomination of bills, such a massive amount of cash would be difficult to move and transport.
So you got to think all those are probably earmarked. Like they probably have those bills marked. Like
The weight
numbers
of
recorded.
1 million in 100 bills alone is 22 pounds.
Nice.
So that's 22 times 30.
That's light work
30.
for us, Peter.
That's what, almost a ton, right? Isn't 1,000 pounds a ton?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's what a ton is, right?
I
Hold
thought it
on.
was 2,000 pounds, but you could be
Okay,
right.
so
Oh,
no, I'm
maybe
sorry,
you're right.
you're
Half
out.
a ton
Maybe
then.
half a ton. Wow. Okay, so they didn't even they did not notice till Monday when they actually went into the safe.
Wow.
And this
That's
is a
crazy.
this is a place that is where people store cash.
Do they drill like they come off from the
What the
ground?
hell they do? Freaking rob the Federal Reserve?
They think they came from the roof in, but they don't have any idea. They literally had 0
Do
leads
they not have
as
cameras in
of
this fucking vaults?
they had 0 as of Tuesday. They had 0 leads on it.
That's crazy.
This smells like an inside job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got to be an inside
Oh,
job,
yeah.
right?
for sure.
It has to be.
We'll be seeing the Hallmark.
Oh,
movie
no, I lost
in-
$30 million.
in a year. We'll be seeing the Hallmark version in a year.
Oh,
of what
100%.
actually happened here.
It was either an inside job or somebody who had worked there too long ago that had knew the layout, knew how to turn off like security systems and stuff like that.
This reminds me of
that's what they're going after. That's what they're going at right now.
What was those movies in Vegas Chris does?
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11, yeah.
Someone find George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Where are they at?
Yeah.
No, but
Brad Pitt's on his house on a cliff counting his $30 million.
He's got to pay for the thing somehow.
did you know George Clooney had a 380-pound pig that used to sleep with him?
Wow.
That's a random
That's
fact.
a big boy.
That's kind of
That's
weird.
isn't that insane?
That is weird.
Have you heard about the pirate stuff down in Florida?
No.
Rampant proper piracy. Like, people are stealing and robbing parked boats. They're taking boats, dismembering them for pieces, and then leaving them stranded in like bogs and different parts of.
I thought Florida was like Law and Order down there.
yeah.
No, they have the redneck games out there. How to avoid the police and all that.
It came so quick and unprecedented that the Marine police force was just not equipped to handle it. So they had to coordinate with
Meatball Ron's got to get on it.
Yeah, I guess Miami police and a couple other things. And now they're just trying to fix it. But I mean, there are videos of like dudes just on tiny little. Fishers. People are going out to fish. Pirate comes up,
Steals your boat.
chops off the motor on this guy's boat, and then he's just stranded out there for like hours.
No.
Are these
Yeah.
people dressed as pirates?
They are not. They are not the typical.
They're not doing it right.
They're not the typical pirates that you would think.
They're not wearing the eye patch and the peg leg.
Are they Somalian?
Bullshit.
Are these like Somalian pirates?
Well, that's where my next mind went. I
Yeah.
was like, are these Somalian? It's like, no, they're no. Those are off the coast of Somalia.
But I meant that kind of pirate. Like
But
in that
no,
area.
I thought the same thing. No, they're just like people that happen to see a market for all they know, and they've captured a couple. They've only captured a few people, but this is a very ongoing process.
Oh,
they don't
jeez.
know if it's 5 people that are doing this. They don't know if it's a bunch of people, but it just got hit so fast and so hard.
You gotta love this because I've not
It's
heard
getting-
anything.
Way to
about it.
go, Florida.
Chicago's
Way
not
to
so
go.
bad. You just get robbed going to work. You don't get your boat stolen.
I've heard, and this is where Chicago has their marketing team has an issue. Every time Chicago has an issue, the world knows.
Yup.
Florida has pirates. We don't hear about it. Here's the other thing.
Yeah.
Meatball Ron's got it on lockdown, baby. There's only nothing coming out of that.
And they just changed.
It's because they're not dressed as actual pirates. Nobody cares.
Yeah, that's what it is.
if they were
Get
that,
off the pirate shit, Chris.
that'd be a story if they're like
Oh, it would be a story, Peter. If some guy dressed in a peg leg and an eye patch robbed you of your boat.
Not all pirates
motor.
had a peg, like damn it.
You're
I know, but you gotta imagine
can
it.
you imagine that police interview? Like, all right, what happened? What was the guy look like? He had a peg leg.
Imagine some guy dressed as
An
Captain
eye
Hook
patch.
stealing your motor
kept yelling,
and leaving you
"Arr."
stranded.
Arr. No, here's the thing. The other thing is, though, Joe Rogan talked about this. In Florida, they would rather you shoot a person who's trying to burglarize your home.
Shoot first, ask questions later, baby.
They thank you if you do that because then the public doesn't have to deal with him.
It's the
It's still
opposite.
that's
It's the
still a
opposite
stand your
in
ground
New York,
state,
New
right?
York
Oh
and
yeah.
New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
But so then in New York, or I'm sorry, in Florida with your boat, why don't you have a gun on you? If you can have a gun,
I guess.
come on,
I
pirate.
mean, that's the one point you
Pop,
want.
pop.
That's
Yeah.
the place where you really need a gun is on your boat.
I mean, these pirates have guns. They've been said to
Oh,
all
yeah.
have guns on them and weapons on them.
This is probably better just.
But
to leave
I don't
it
know
alone.
if it's a situation where you have a gun drawn on you the whole time. But yeah, it's been crazy.
because a handgun versus a fucking rifle is not something you
Yeah.
want to deal with.
Got higher ground though. Guys.
I don't know if we talked
I
about.
get yourself a bazooka. Blow them up while you see them coming by. Any boat that comes by, you just blow it up.
This sounds like
Thanks,
Florida.
Chris.
This sounds like
This is like,
Florida.
this is like GTA.
we
dude.
need to get Chris a nap.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if we talked about this, but this squatting shit in New York is out of control.
Oh, really?
Is it worse than the one you told us about on this podcast
I
about
thought
the lady
yeah,
in California?
I'm sorry. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
No,
it's similar,
no.
yeah.
There are 2 things in New York. One, a lady's mom passed away, unfortunately, and the woman was getting the place ready to be sold. And squatters came in, and they left. She changed the locks on them. She got arrested.
Yep.
I don't get how that's a thing.
I don't either. Well,
It's a fucked
Like
up law.
how?
and then another family, another lady, was going to clean up her property. Squatters were in there. They killed her, stole her car, and they're still trying to find those 2 young guys.
Jesus.
There's
But the lady that died is going to get arrested.
I don't understand squatters' rights.
it's because we've had such shitty landlords, and it's not about the squatter, but they come up with a fake lease. And so this is how they do it. You come up with a fake lease. You pay utilities for 30 days. Now you're in there. You can show a utility bill. You can show a lease. You're a renter. You're not a squatter.
Yeah, I mean, it really makes you if you're a landowner that's not going to look at the property often, you really got to kind of
Yes.
get somebody on top
still,
of it.
it's like, yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
No, it's
Somebody
bullshit.
just
No,
has
it's
to
absolute
come
bullshit.
in.
Absolute
There's
bullshit.
a difference between like a fake lease and then, like, yeah, if a landlord's doing something wrong,
Yeah.
Do they?
Get
do
them.
they if
But
they
also-
if they have a fake lease, do they have proof of them actually paying any rent?
But that's the cop. The cop sees a lease and a utility bill. They have to arrest the landlord.
That's so nuts.
No, it's garbage. But here's the thing. That's how bad landlords have been for so long.
Well, New York's. I mean, I in New York, New York probably to the extreme because
Yeah.
they had so much rent control there. Like I'm sure like landlords did some crazy shit to get people out of their rent control.
I'm sure. Yeah.
100%. So,
Yeah.
That's why rent control is not a good option because things like this happen.
so they were talking about that.
Both sides of the aisle there.
And in Florida, if somebody comes into your home, you're allowed to just shoot them.
Pop, pop.
And not a big deal. No, dude, this squatter stuff in New York is absolutely asinine. And for anybody to think to arrest the lady who owns the house, get the
Insane.
out of here. Absolutely insane. But you know how they got kicked out? A group of vigilantes were so pissed about that story. They went there and they went there and were like, "Hey, we're gonna be
Became
here."
squatters.
They were outside. They were like, "We're gonna be here harassing you until you leave."
crazy.
And they just said, "Forget it, we're out."
Did you guys hear about the lady in Hawaii?
Wait,
That's what you need. You need
Wouldn't
people
they
just
have-
teaming up to get rid of
Would they
people
have
like
keys
this.
to the house then? Like, how do they change? Did they change the locks?
They broke in.
and then did they
Yes.
change the locks?
Yeah,
Then?
yeah.
Okay.
But here, I'm sorry. Really quick before that, Joe, is there's a. So what's happening is, and I'm listen. I don't have a side on the immigration stuff, but there's a TikTok account out there for from an immigrant who's come over illegally and is posted on TikTok. What you do in New York is you find an empty home. So they look for empty homes, wait a couple days. If no one comes to it, and he tells them, go in there, squat, and he gives them the whole rundown on how to, and now you have a home and they can't kick you out. It's a whole fucking
wild.
racket, dude. It's
That's
insane.
wild.
But okay, you were saying in Hawaii?
So there's this woman in Hawaii, buys this beautiful plot of land, wants to do like this like nature
Oh, I heard
reserve
about this, yeah.
thing. Doesn't do anything with it for a while.
Yep.
Next to this property, housing development goes up. Just so happens they build a house on this woman's property. And then what do? They sell the house. And then this lady's like, comes back to her land. She's like, why is there a house on this property? And then furthermore, why are there people on this property that shouldn't be here? So the construction company is like, oh, we'll just give you like a parcel of land that's equivalent. And she's like, no, I want this land. And then the construction company like, we forgot to hire surveyors, but that's not our fault. So we're going to sue these people. And then those people are like, well, this isn't on any of us at all. So we're going to sue all of you. And it's like this clusterfuck of a mess.
It's insane.
And everybody's like, this lady did nothing.
yeah.
Didn't do a single thing wrong.
And she's got legal fees
They
up the
built
ass
a
now.
house. That she has squatters on her land.
She's got a,
I don't even think-
she's got a squatting building on her land.
Yeah, they've got a building that's squatted. She's like, I went in there to remove the people, and they got squatters. And she's like, yeah, there's just like shit and piss everywhere on the floor. So even if I wanted to live in this house, I couldn't. Like, it's disgusting.
Oh,
it's just
God.
absolutely a wreck of a situation.
Dude,
That's
it's so
nuts.
tough.
It's been a real uplifting podcast, boys.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. You know what? That's a good call, Pat. I didn't even look up any feel good stories. Where are we at, Chris, time wise?
You're at 53 minutes.
Oh, perfect.
54.
Perfecto. I'm trying to think. There was a few things that I actually want to look up this week.
I could tell you why I was carrying my mother-in-law while you're looking
Oh,
up stories.
please. How much did she have to pay for that? Because I'd like to get that service.
So we went on a couple different hikes, a couple days.
Okay.
One of the times we went to the redwood forest. That was really nice. Got to see that. Big trees.
Did you do the one with like the wood planks and walk through it, or did you have was there another one that you went to?
Oh, that's the other thing I want to
There's a
talk about.
whole slew of.
Because I went
like-
to redwoods when I was out there too.
Okay. I mean, ours was near Sonoma.
We went to the Muir Woods National
Okay.
Park.
I don't think we went there. I don't think we went there.
Sorry, not to.
No,
tangent
it's
out there.
okay. But one of them went on. MB, my mother-in-law. She's a little smaller woman, smaller in stature, shorter, and there was a big semi-deep sort of stream coming across, and she had to walk across it, would have soaked her shoes, her socks, all that. So I had to pick her up and then carry her across some water.
What a bench.
So that she didn't
And
get
then
wet.
Joe dropped her. Right in the middle.
Joe gave her the Samoan drop. And then did the people's elbow.
Yeah.
So, what did she pay you with?
She gave her
Also,
case- she
why
gave her
did
a case
wait,
of wine.
out of her? Why didn't her son do this for her?
Wouldn't you? Did your feet not get wet then?
No, my feet did not get wet. I brought, since I knew we were going hiking, I brought some like hiking shoes.
Oh, so
And
you're a smart one,
I
Joe.
didn't have to worry about
So
it.
you're the smart one of the group.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say the smart one. There's some other people much smarter than me in other fields.
You're the
but
hiking
I just
smart
happen
one.
to be the one that bring the waterproof shoes. Yeah.
You're the boy.
You know what? This is an absolute gem of a guy. That's why. Like, yeah, I'm not
Happy-
sure.
I'll happily do that for any of you gentlemen here.
Oh, don't you tease
If
me
you're
now.
ever in shoes
So
that'll
if you
get
could just
wet
carry me up
and you need
these
someone to
stairs, I'm just gonna go naked right
Joe,
now.
would it be bodyguard style? Can you hear me?
That's what I said I should have done. We should have played Whitney Houston, but I didn't think of it
And
till after.
I
Peter did that to Gavin once. It was hilarious.
will always. All right. So, have you guys heard about the eclipse?
Yes.
That's
I've heard-
happening.
No,
I think
never heard of
Monday.
it.
Yep.
Monday.
I remember. Well, couldn't have been what, maybe 5 years ago. There was an eclipse before this that we all could see, right? Or am I wrong?
I
Remember
have
the one?
no clue.
I have
There
glasses for
was
the eclipse.
one, yeah.
I still have the glasses.
Nice.
Dude, people are freaking out. Indiana has done a national emergency
Wait, what?
Why?
because Indiana is like one of the states that's going to have the best view of the eclipse.
We're gonna be pretty close here, aren't we?
No, we're not going to see. We're not like.
Or is it Southern Illinois that's more close to it?
Yeah, well, yeah. Indianapolis has the best view of it.
Okay.
One of the best views. Here's one thing on a side note on that: the weather's going to be shit. By the way, it's not. It could be. You might not even be able to see
Yeah,
it.
it's
And
supposed to be cloudy.
But people are 60 schools in Illinois are taking off so they can go see it.
Oh, nice.
Another
another random
but-
day off.
There's a very good chance that you're not going to even be able to see it because the weather's not working out for them. But people are losing their shit over this eclipse stuff. Like,
Really?
Indiana is scared with the amount of tourists that are coming to see this thing.
They should be excited.
Like-
Make some money, baby.
No,
Oh.
but they don't think that they can handle it. Like, people are they're scared that people are going to pull over on highways to watch this.
That's possible.
Again.
Well, I mean, how long is the
How
eclipse?
crazy is
won't-
that to me?
A couple hours, I think, Joe.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, because it comes in and then it's over and then it goes back around.
Oh.
And you got to wear special.
It's a
Remember,
rotation.
Trump didn't wear the glasses.
Yeah, well, let's Trump it, baby, for you.
Man doesn't need him.
He's 80 years old, man.
He's got,
Give him a
He's
break.
got
Listen.
he's got natural.
as the doctor said, he is a specimen. He doesn't need no goddamn shades to look at the sun. All right, man's a specimen.
I had
Greatest American eyes in history.
I had a tax client who's going back to Ohio to see it, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, would you guys? Are you like? It seems like you guys didn't heard much of it, but like even when it happened in Illinois, we all took the 5 minutes to go outside. We checked it out.
If I remember correctly, I believe Frank did travel somewhere to see it when that happened last time.
Oh, and that was a big one, right?
I
That
remember
was supposed to
correctly.
be.
But I mean, I was in Naperville and I saw it, and it wasn't like anything like out of this world.
Maybe you should
It was
appreciate.
cool, but-
maybe you should appreciate some good science. man.
I had thought it was supposed to be like a full eclipse, like it was supposed to go proper dark across.
That's what this is gonna be this
certain
time.
parts of the country.
Yeah, Indiana.
And I
Maybe
thought
it
we
wasn't
were
an
in it.
eclipse. That maybe I don't know because you had to wear the special
But
goggles to see it.
You are right. There was an eclipse. I knew people that went to go do it. It was like, from what I've seen, if we're in the U.S., it's like this partial little draw line that goes across. We happen to be in it, I thought. But
I think
do-
Southern
this
Illinois.
one we're
in it.
not.
I
The
think
one from a couple of years ago, I
Yeah.
don't think we fell into it. So yeah, you had a lot of people going to those places.
if it's in Indianapolis, obviously part of southern part of the state will probably have a better shot of seeing a good portion.
Yep.
But the next time this will
There's
happen
your tax
again.
dollars at work. There you go. Southern. Blah, 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 blah.
Save that money from those tourists, baby. Save that
Yeah.
money because see it later.
This is no one will see this happen again the way this is happening now. The next time it'll happen like this will be in 2096.
I'll be there. We'll be there. Peter.
Nice.
Wow.
We'll be there, boys. Don't worry.
And the last time it happened like this was in 1892. So no one was alive then.
But are they just? Is that like it only happened like this across this certain part of America, and it
Yeah,
won't
like this
happen?
trajectory.
But
Yeah.
okay, so then it could be like a state over.
Oh, no, we
in,
can
like,
see another-
6
yeah,
years.
You could probably go to like
okay.
you might be one in like
Because they
Argentina or
always say that.
something.
This is a once in a century situation. But if you step 5 feet to the right, you'll also have that in
Yeah, I mean,
about 7 years.
Yeah, I'm sure if you go to
Yeah.
like Argentina or something like that,
Okay.
some south, you see it again.
Gotcha.
somewhere.
Okay, so let's get some feel good. Let's that was a little nice little jammy jam. Global life expectancy rises by 6.2 years after drop in deaths from stroke, diarrhea, and respiratory infections.
Diarrhea, big
Diarrhea, big killer out there.
What? No,
Well,
no.
so
that-
that's it's like it's third world.
Interesting.
Third worlds with like you get
Oh.
you get stuff.
dysentery, you're done
Yeah.
because you don't the problem is you need to get water in you, and you're drinking the shit water
I see.
that was getting you sick.
I see.
Um,
Wow,
And-
that's pretty cool.
the-
Maybe
and-
they'll be
We
around-
just
maybe-
need to ship some Pepto-Bismol down there.
Maybe thanks to that, someone will see
I don't think it quite works that easily, Chris.
2 eclipses in their life.
but you know why the life expectancy dropped so much?
COVID.
No. Jesus Christ.
All the oldies have
the
bit it.
drugs, overdoses.
Oh.
Fentanyl. I'm sorry. Fentanyl is killed a ton of young people, like an insane amount of young people.
I can see also like the dependency that people have. Seems like they're more dependent on drugs for a lot of things these days, and not just like prescription drugs. Like I feel like that can't long term be like a good thing for your health to be on like medication really young in life and then using medication for 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
But we'll find out in time. I
Well,
guess.
that's why I got off of the daily 1 day.
Like multivitamin?
No.
The Claritin.
Yes, Zyrtec.
Oh.
Because
Allergy stuff.
yes,
Yep.
the long term stuff has not seemed to be very good. So like, all right, I'm a little itchy over like some brain stuff that they were talking about. I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, Peter can't afford to lose anything brain wise.
No, definitely not. A Ming Dynasty tomb of an imperial official discovered in exquisite state of preservation. That's kind of cool.
That is pretty
Sometimes that's so weird, like how things like that survive. Like a kid found the gold bracelet from the Roman era, and it was like they cleaned it up and it was in like perfect condition. Like you could wear it now and no one would have any idea it was Roman.
Very
That's
cool.
pretty cool. That is really cool.
Premiere of innovative low carbon cement will be that in building of decades to come.
I had heard about this. They sort of broke the code on like Roman and Greek cement and how that works.
Okay.
Has to do with I don't know, some sort of acidity, something to do with there's a type of stone that when it cracks and then rains, the water reactivates some sort of acidic material in the stone, and so it recalcifies those and fills the holes. And they figured out that's what it is. Like, you hear
So
about
it kind of
cement.
like how you make cement, where you
So
add
almost like
water
it melts
to
and
it, it
then
kind
gets
of
back,
melts.
yeah.
Yeah,
But there's
kind of, yeah.
you're including, instead of just like some sort of normal rock, there's some sort of
Other rock.
some other rock, that has some sort of material that when exposed to water almost restarts the process and then fills those gaps.
Very interesting.
Nice.
That is crazy.
And
That's
that's like the recipe that they think is, or that's what they discovered was the recipe that was used for a lot of like the stuff that's still standing.
Like a Colosseum or something.
Let's
Yep,
not use what they
exactly.
used to transport water, though, because that was full of lead. And they think that the Roman, why they went extinct was they were drinking lead water,
That
and
was
it
like
made them
the
all crazy.
downfall of
Yeah,
Nero
made them real
city
crazy.
burning.
Hotel excavation reveals a medieval castle with moat and stones that look like they were laid yesterday.
Wow.
And the pictures are insane. Like that's I mean, again, so crazy. So one of the new things that I love watching on YouTube is YouTube scam, like guys who are who call scammers. And they mess with them. Me and Chris found this guy who does like 15-minute videos, and oh my god, these scammers.
He kept calling this lady an idiot yesterday, and it was so good.
So this guy, there's two guys. One guy, he does
It's like
like
the modern day prank yanker.
oh,
But they're messing with the
and
bad guy.
he plays an old lady's voice.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're just such an idiot. Oh, why'd you talk to your daughter?" I'm like, my daughter's not an idiot. I'm gonna talk to her like that. And dude, it's so good. But the other guy who does like 15, 20-minute videos, they're so funny. But sometimes I feel like maybe they're like, he just like it could be an actor because like it's too good. Like the lines.
Yeah.
These people are just. It's so funny.
I like watching some of those videos where the guys end up like reverse hacking, and then they get into the system and they're like, "I see you're wearing a red shirt," and then you just see people absolutely losing their shit.
The one he called. So the one we listened to yesterday where he was calling an idiot. It was a woman and a guy, and they were trying to hustle her out of. They were trying to steal like 500, and every time it got declined, and he hacked into their system. Because he does like a reverse, lets them get control.
Yep.
And he stole all their information. And he talked to them. He's like, thought you were talking to an 80-year-old woman, and you were trying to steal from her, being a complete asshole. These people were in tears, absolutely crying. Please don't do this. Because like in India, if you get found out you're a hacker, like this type of person, your whole family is like shunned.
Oh wow.
Because they're trying to get because everybody thinks of India as like unfortunately
kind of like the destination where this all
kind of shit happens.
Yep.
And they're trying to get away from that. And so if you find out, it's not good. Compared with 75 years ago, the human brain is bigger with a reserve against dementia. So maybe.
Guess we're gonna live forever, baby. Look at this thing.
Dude, we're living till 200.
It's ginormous.
Chris is gonna see the next lunar eclipse.
We're gonna see the next 2 lunar eclipses.
Or
solar eclipses.
Okay, let's see. What's the last one
Robot
here?
Chris, engage.
Last one. We're all coffee fans, minus Pat and Chris.
We're all
we're all
coffee.
coffee
50% of us.
Coffee grounds show potential to clean up common water
Don't you not drink coffee either?
common water contamination from agriculture.
Coffee, but
Yeah, he does a little espresso.
Yeah.
But like every day, right?
I use it to clean out my insides.
But are you a daily coffee drinker, Joe?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Okay, well, how often are you having a cup of espresso?
Maybe like twice a week.
He has his own espresso machine in his house now every day, right before bed.
I bought one for Christmas.
During the fall season, I'll do myself the pumpkin spice or pumpkin cream cold brew. And now I've started to switch to the Liquid IV energy multiplier.
Nice.
Instead of doing coffee, because that I can kind of sip on and I enjoy more as opposed to just like slamming an espresso.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to do 2 cups a day. I'm down to 1 because it's causing too many like migraines for me. So I do my 1 and then I'll have like a Liquid IV energy 2 at the end of the day.
Yep.
Or maybe a Dew, like a small can of Dew, which is not great because you shouldn't be drinking pop, but need that little energy kick for the tax season.
Yeah.
Chris McGraw, how you doing over there? You looking a little tired?
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we may after this podcast is over. Maybe I grab a pillow and just lay across this table real quick.
Get me out of here, baby boy.
I have nothing to close this podcast out. Bye.